Hi, my name's Andy, and you're watching Hiking with Andy. Hi guys, it is a beautiful spring day today. It is on the cooler side, but the sun is shining and it is really, really pretty out. I am at a new sort of area. Well, I've been here once before, but hopefully we're gonna see some cool stuff, and I am really excited for this area. Well, I'm glad I brought the waterproof boots again. So we may have some luck seeing some things on the crawl today. I'm hoping that if I do see certain things like that, I have the camera out, and so the camera doesn't miss it again like the last time. But we'll just have to see. I know there's some areas to flip rocks. Well, there's a lot of areas actually, but the last time I was out here, I didn't really map out the areas too well. So we'll just have to see, but it should be a really good habitat for snakes and reptiles. I am seeing lots of flat rocks, which I'm thinking, because of the weather being kind of cool today, that we might have to just get stuff, I don't know, either on the crawl or under rocks. So I came up this hill to investigate, but I thought this might be a good learning time because this soil is super loose and wet and I gotta go down. So most people would think, oh, maybe we just go down in a straight line. No. Sidestep it down and at an angle. You get better traction, and then when you're able to get to a more flat spot, you can even yourself out. But there's definitely snakes up there. It's too loose. The soil's too loose. It's too wet out here for me to be up in there for too long without sliding too much. So we'll move on. Well, I will say one nice thing about this area is there is like nobody out here. There's no noise pollution whatsoever, which is really wonderful and I really, really enjoy. But it also is, there's no one out here. And I think I have pretty spotty reception. So there is the possibility that if something were to happen to me, that it might be a little tough to go get help. But I think we're fine. I have been outside by myself in the woods for a long time and do know a lot of the wilderness first aid protocols. So I think we're good. I also share my location and talk to people that I care about before and after I go on hikes. So we should be good. I'm not putting that into existence. I'm just saying that is one of the things that you have to worry about when you are completely by yourself in the middle of nowhere. I'm thinking maybe I want to go up on that hillside, which means I'm going to have to trek through this stuff. And a lot of this is pokey vines, unfortunately. I feel like the pokey stuff normally comes out in the fall time, but it is alive and well at this particular area. So we're just gonna try to avoid that. And with the cooler weather, I am in pants, so at least there's that. As I keep looking at this hill, there's another hillside over there that seems a little bit more open, but I don't know. I'm gonna go explore and see what's over here and then probably make my way over there as well. These rock types are a little bit different than what I'm used to. They're thicker. It's not that they're bad. It's clearly a different kind of rock. And as I keep saying in these videos, I'm not very good with my geology, so I could not tell you what kind of rock it is. Other than if I was a snake, I probably would like it. Ooh, I have no idea what those are. I think they're some sort of millipede or centipede, and there's two of them. So who knows what they're doing. But I think that's a good sign. Species that we know are out here are timber rattlesnakes, hognose snakes, I'd say probably milk snakes. Ooh, it's a cool flower. You don't usually see red a lot, but I will continue kind of looking around, and then we're gonna go over to that hill over there. I knew it was a good rock. Here's a ringneck. And this guy is really, really little. And he has a really orange band, which is different than the ones that we were finding at the other two locations. But he is a baby. I will pick him up. He might have some pretty colors, but you can see how little he is. He's a little dude for sure. Oh, and his colors are different as well and very pretty. So, first snake, we're on the board. And he's a little guy, but I knew that rock was too good to be true. To not produce, you know? So the reason why I said milk snake earlier is there's a lot of these like rock on rock crevices, but I'm not sure that there's a lot of space underneath a lot of these rocks. So we're just gonna have to investigate. When I'm doing this, I'm looking for like flat rocks like this. Just very flat. Snakes probably like those because they get a lot of heat transfer, flat and thin, you know? So if the heat is on top of that thin rock, it's gonna get transferred pretty quickly to whatever's underneath. Realizing that this area is extensive, and the last time I was here, I did not have any idea how big this place was and how much habitat is here. I probably need to bring like another person out here, 2 or 3. You could make a whole day out of it. There are fence swifts. I don't know if you can see these guys, but they're little lizards everywhere on these big rocks, which is a really, really good sign that the reptiles are out and they're moving. So I'm excited. And these are actually, oh, he's doing push-ups. These are actually true lizards. A lot of the lizards that people think are lizards are actually skinks, but these are fence swifts, prairie lizards. I'll go ahead and put the scientific name in there, but it's a really, really good sign. Another fence swift. He moved, but I stopped moving, so I think he is chilling now. But let me see if I can get closer. But that's a big one. Yeah, this is a really good sign. I mean, this habitat is immaculate. I mean, it could definitely be maintained better, but I am just having fun. I worry that I'm gonna be out here with the prairie lizards for hours today. Oh, I am now at the top of this hill, and I'm sure I am missing lots of snakes. They're here, and I'm just not seeing them. But I am in this more open area. So I'm going to continue to kind of look around and see what I can see. But I'm thinking with this much sunlight and the time of year, we're going to see something cool today. There is a baby ringneck under this giant rock. Oh, and he is cold. But snake number 2 for the day. And these guys are babies. I mean, they don't get much bigger, but he's a little one. But he's cold, so I feel like everything's gonna be pretty chilly today. I'm hoping you can see him. But that giant rock and this little itty bitty snake. There's a pretty decent view out here once you're at the top of the hill. All right, well, we have something also cool is Missouri does have scorpions, and I'm used to seeing these guys a lot actually, from flipping rocks and being on limestone glades, but they will sting you. It does not feel good, but Missouri has scorpions, and we also have tarantulas, and actually to me, seeing this is a really, really good sign for me, and I'm excited about it. All right, well, I just flipped my first slimy salamander of the season. I knew things were looking good when I saw the scorpion, but let me move this rock so you can see him. What a beautiful guy. So, like I said, this guy does have lungs. That's why he's so large. He's black and white. I talked about these guys in my last video. But this is gonna be my 4th salamander species of the season. I knew it was wet out here, and I knew there was a possibility of seeing these guys, so I am very excited. And look how beautiful. All right, well, we have made it to the other side, and basically what my plan is, what we just did, we went up, but now I'm gonna go down this other side of the hill and get back to the trail. And I'm assuming there's gonna be just as many rocks to flip, if not more. This is kind of nuts to me. I completely missed the point the last time I came out here. I saw a few rocks, but I did not have any idea I need to get off trail, and I just had no clue at all that all of this was out here. And I bet you there's even more on that other side. I might have to come back out here again because it's just such a vast area. I'm sure you could spend like a full 8 hours here, but it is beautiful, and I am very, very thankful that I got to be out here today. This little spot is just so peaceful right now. Got like a little trickling stream, and it does like fall off, and then it's like a lot of branched down trees and such. It's not super pretty, but this particular spot I think is just really gorgeous right now. So I'm gonna set the phone down and get 30 seconds of quiet time. I always find it interesting when I find little bird nests. I wonder what kind of bird made that. Well, I may have got spoiled on the first side because a lot of this has been opened up, but it's because of this right-of-way, which does not exactly instill a lot of confidence that this ecosystem was kept, in a good state. But I'm still gonna look around and see what I can find, but I would not be surprised if I was, like I said, spoiled by all of that stuff over there. Open area was like really depressing to me. But I think if I go outside of where that right of way is, then we get back to where this habitat is more protected, and I'm more hopeful about it. Seemed like the fence swifts were the only species that was hanging out over there. Oh, and then there's another scorpion. See, this is good signs. I'd like to have one more really cool species that we find today, and then I will be satisfied. Okay, that might be the kicker of the video. I got a baby scorpion and a ringneck on a rock on rock, and this ringneck is like not happy that I flipped him, but I think that might be the kicker, the double species. And that scorpion is so small. He is such a small guy. All right, little ringneck. How about you go, yep, you're just gonna go under that leaf, and I'm gonna flip this back down, and they're gonna be happy in there. Well, I know this area has plenty more. I unfortunately have been out here for far too long at this point. I do think I want to come back and do like this other half. Well, I know there's like a huge what we would call a fish bowl, but I think I need to come back to do that because I've been out here for too long, and if I'm gonna be honest, my arms hurt at this point from flipping rocks. So I gotta come back a different day, but I am very excited to see what we can find because we've found a lot of cool stuff today. I just need a little bit more time. Well, I would say that was a successful hike. We saw fence swifts, prairie lizards, we saw scorpions, we saw ringnecks, and we saw that beautiful slimy salamander. I appreciate anybody who comes along with me for the weekly hike. It is such a beautiful time in Missouri, so please get outside. Please enjoy the weather before it gets too hot and then eventually too cold. Like I said, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you guys in the next one. Please like, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll catch you later. Bye!